Damn.
Let's make out of this homeless a sharp soldier.
Damn.
We're getting the briefing from the platoon commander.
KU Kompanie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with the NATO 556, especially the Americans found out that it sometimes doesn't immediately stop people. So it happens that you shoot the bad guy like 2 or 3 times and he just doesn't react to it. He just continues running, he continues shooting. There's thoughts about getting back to 762, just like the Russians are doing it. A little more energy. Pretty proud, it's not that bad. Now we gotta pack this quickly.
Jetzt Feuer einstellen.
So we're currently zeroing the STG-77. Since we have 2 optics, we have to process 2 times. So over there you can see my grouping, but of course you can see that the reticle and the optic is not adjusted to my eyes and to the rifle yet. So here my Glock is holstered here in the Safariland 6004 holster. If I want to draw it, if I have some enemy contact. First my feet are in this position, so they're like shoulder wide. I keep them straight and I'm not like twisting my body in some weird angle, so I'm always straight on my enemy. There are 2 reasons for this. First, if I'm wearing plate, a plate carrier with body protection, of course I don't want to stand like this because then the enemy can just shoot me right in here because there's no armor. I see the enemy, I put my left hand on my chest, I draw my pistol like this. Of course my eyes are always on target. I draw my pistol, I put it up to my chest and then I stab into the target. My whole body weight kind of leans against the weapon, so when the gun cycles and it recoils, my body weight can basically put some pressure against it so I don't lose the aim and I can still keep my pistol on the enemy. After hitting the enemy, of course you don't just put the pistol back, you scan the field, then you pull back in, you check if your pistol cycled correctly. You just look into the chamber, slide goes back forward, a little bump here to make sure the gun cycled properly, then a little slap on the magazine just to make sure all the parts are in the right place. I check for my buddies if they got injured or something like this, and then the pistol goes back into the holster. It looks kind of weird that we're standing there and doing those drills over and over and over, but you have to learn it this way, otherwise when in a stressful situation you won't be able to do it. So even if there's bullets flying around, there's like grenades exploding, I will still be able to draw my pistol in a proper way. I will not make any mistakes. That's why we're doing this over and over and over. Gun manipulation with the STG-77. This particular gun right here. And even with this short barrel right here, short barrel, I mean the barrel starts right here. So that's at least the barrel length of a standard issue American M4. quick about the STG 77. Here on top we have an aim point. That's the primary optic. What I don't like about it is that it's very high, so if I just lean into the gun, I'm basically too low, so I'm kind of hovering above the stock. I still have to talk to the trainers how they manage that, how they, you know, get into the sights quickly. Since it's a bullwhip design, the barrel is still insanely long. I can show you real quick. Here, that's the barrel length of this very short gun. And the reason why it's so short is obviously because the magazine is in the back of the grip right here and not in the front. No idea what happens next. I hope we will have some more advanced techniques, because the stuff I'm learning right now, I kind of learned it already in the last education I did, but it's still good to refresh everything. You know, if you do stuff over and over, you have it in your blood, but then if you don't do it for a very long time, like I did it for almost 3 to 4 years, then it kind of get lost again. Airsoft is very different, of course. Gun manipulation on airsoft doesn't apply to real firearms, only a few things, but not all of them. But right now I'm getting back in and works out pretty good. Up! 150! We're about to continue the training at night, therefore we need the tactical laser light module, which is mounted right here on this Picatinny rail, right next to the scope. It's capable of an infrared laser, a normal red visual laser, which you can see during daylight, and there's also a flashlight integrated in this whole system. Here we have a cable switch that goes through here. Here the cable is nice and tidy in this Picatinny rail, and here we have the button.
Damn.
Finished for today. Now the debriefing will take place and then hope we can go to bed. I'm really happy that I can show you guys right now what I'm doing here. It was kind of a hassle actually to get the permission for filming, because usually in military facilities mobile phones and all kind of cameras are completely prohibited for security reasons. But I got permission, which I'm really happy about. The downside of it is I can't show you the faces of my comrades, which makes total sense because those guys, they are in critical war zones, and yeah, you don't want your face in public if you're down there. So I totally understand that and I totally respect that.